There is a secret, a truth so intimate, so deeply interwoven with your very being, that if you stretched your hand to grasp it, you would miss it. If you searched the vast heavens, measured the galaxies, or wandered into the depths of the oceans, you would still not find anything closer than this. This secret is not buried in the mountains of Tibet. It is not locked away in the catacombs of Cairo. It does not rest hidden among the stars, though the stars themselves whisper of it. It is not resting in the oceans, though their endless tides reflect its mystery. The secret is nearer than near. It is you, and it is everything that is not you, and it is the endless space that lies in between. More than 8 centuries ago, in the streets of Murcia in Andalusia, there walked a man who touched this mystery with his words and vision. His name was Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi. Some revered him as Sheikh al-Akbar, the greatest master. Others feared him, even accused him of heresy, because he spoke of something so absolute, so overwhelming, that it shattered the pillars of conventional thought. He spoke of being, al-Wujud, and his words still echo across centuries, like a whisper carried from eternity into the ear of this present moment. Ibn Arabi said, "There is nothing in existence but God Almighty, yet you do not see Him, for He is veiled by His very manifestation in created things." This was not a new claim. It was written in the Holy Quran. He is the first and the last, the manifest and the hidden. So 573, but Ibn Arabi was unafraid to follow this verse to its furthest consequence. If God Almighty is the first, then there is nothing before Him. If He is the last, there is nothing after Him. If He is the manifest, there is nothing outside of Him. If He is the hidden, there is nothing beyond Him. Then what remains for you, for me, for the mountains and oceans, for the dust that floats in the air? Ibn Arabi's answer was profound. We are but appearances, shadows upon the face of the one light. Imagine the vast ocean, immeasurable, deep, without beginning or end. Now imagine waves rising upon its surface. Each wave has a shape, a motion, a rhythm. We call one wave this, another wave that. Yet in truth, every wave is nothing but the ocean itself, appearing in a temporary form. If the ocean were to withdraw, the waves would vanish in an instant. This was Ibn Arabi's teaching. Being is one. The many are only the laws of manifestation of the one being. Their existence is His existence. Without Him, they would not exist for a single instant. In another vision, He described the cosmos as a great mirror of God Almighty, and humanity as the polished face of that mirror. In the heart of man, God contemplates His own names, His own beauty, His own majesty. Do you grasp the meaning of this? It means you are not simply observing reality. You are part of the very instrument through which the divine sees Himself. Every creature, every star, every grain of sand, each is a facet in the infinite mirror of being. And you are not outside this mirror. You are a reflection within the reflection, thinking yourself separate, independent, detached. But that sense of separation is the greatest illusion ever staged. Ibn Arabi would remind you, the seeker's journey is not about finding God Almighty out there. It is about realizing that there is no place you can stand where He is absent. Yet here lies the paradox. He is so present, so utterly close that you can pass Him by completely unnoticed. The doctrine that emerged from Ibn Arabi's vision came to be known as Wahdat al-Wujud, the unity of being. Though the phrase itself was distilled later from his writings, its meaning shines through his every word. God Almighty alone truly exists. Wujud al-Haqqu, the true being. Everything else exists only by borrowing existence from Him. Creation is nothing but the infinite self-disclosure, the unveiling of God Almighty. Multiplicity is real in its appearance, but unreal in its essence. Think of the sun, its light spreads across the world. When sunlight warms your face, it is not the sun itself, but without the sun, that light would not exist for even an instant. So too, the existence you feel coursing through your body, your breath, your thoughts. None of it is truly yours. It is the being of God Almighty flowing through you moment by moment. Then why do we not see this clearly? Why do we feel so cut off, so separate, so alone? Ibn Arabi answers, He is manifest in every graspable form, and He is hidden. The veil is nothing but His manifestation itself. Zafusis al-Hikam, that is the great paradox. The very thing that hides God from you, this world, its forms, its endless appearances, is nothing other than God Himself. The beloved hides behind His own face. A seeker once asked a wise man, "How can I find God?" The wise man replied, "You cannot find what has never been lost." The seeker frowned, "But I feel far from Him." The wise man answered, "That is only because you see yourself." Here is where Ibn Arabi's brilliance shines with a light that is both humbling and exalting. He never collapsed creator and creation into a flat sameness. He warned against that mistake. Instead, he revealed a truth filled with both intimacy and reverence. He said, "The servant is the Lord, and the Lord is the servant, if only you knew. Yet the servant remains a servant, and the Lord remains the Lord." Fusus al-Hakam, unity does not erase distinction. Just as a wave is nothing but the ocean, yet still a wave, so too creation is nothing but the being of God Almighty, and yet creation remains creation. The one sustains the many, but He is not reduced to them. And if you truly understood this deeply with your heart, you could never hate another, for to hate them would be to hate the face of the one who gives them life. You could never drown in despair, because even in the depths of sorrow it is God Almighty who is holding you. You could never fall into arrogance, for every breath you call yours belongs entirely to Him. Not everyone welcomed these words. Ibn Arabi was accused of blurring the sacred line between creator and creation. Some feared his vision sounded like incarnation or union in a literal sense. Later Sufi masters like Ahmad Sahindi softened the idea with another perspective, Wahdat al-Shuhud, the unity of witnessing. They emphasized that unity is something perceived in the heart, not an absolute collapse of all being. But Ibn Arabi did not retreat. He declared, "When you know yourself, you will know your Lord. Not through yourself, but through Him." In his monumental work al-Futuhat al-Makkiyah, Ibn Arabi even unraveled our very understanding of time. He asked, "If God Almighty is the first and the last, then what does this mean for past and future?" To Him, all moments are present at once. The past is not lost, the future is not waiting. Everything, every heartbeat, every star in motion, every unfolding event exists within a single eternal now, the now of God Almighty. In that now, the entire cosmos depends on Him at every instant. The mountains do not stand by themselves. The oceans do not move by their own power. Even the smallest particle of dust is upheld by His being. Without Him, it would vanish in less than a blink, but words can only carry us so far. Al-Wujud, the unity of being, is not a theory to memorize. It is not an intellectual exercise. It is something to taste. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your breath. Ask yourself who is breathing you. Let that thought dissolve. Listen deeper. Beneath the noise of the world, there is a hum, a vibration holding everything together. Ibn Arabi would say, that hum is the name of God whispered in every atom. The secret you were searching for was never far. In truth, it was never even near, for nearness and farness belong to space, and He transcends space. It was always only Him, God Almighty, the One, Al-Ahad, wearing the mask of you, playing the role of me, staging the vast and wondrous drama of the world. Now you begin to see. The waves are the ocean, the mirror is the face, the seeker is the sought, and the secret is closer than your very breath. Let Ibn Arabi have the final word, so the reality is manifest in every created thing, and He is hidden within it by the very fact that the thing exists in itself. He is the outward and the inward. He is the first and the last. and there is nothing in existence but Him. This is the mystery of being. This is the truth that makes the heart tremble and the soul bow. It is the unveiling that transforms despair into trust, hatred into compassion, separation into unity. The secret was always waiting for you to awaken. And now perhaps you hear it, the eternal whisper of God Almighty, echoing through every grain of dust, through every heartbeat, through every breath.